Well, welcome back to the iWealth podcast. I'm with my friend Mega Matt today.
There we go.
And Matt, I know where you and I both stand on our Christianity and hearts. And there's a song, and I wrote it out so that I wouldn't get this wrong, but there's a Christian song out right now called Dusty Bibles, I think. But it says that the lyric is, dust on our Bibles and a brand new iPhones, and I wonder why I feel this way. So dust on our Bibles, brand new iPhones, but I wonder why I feel this way. And I thought the metaphor is super interesting when you think about having a new iPhone.
Yep.
Or you think about having a new shiny car or whatever that is, but yet you don't feel, you wonder why you feel this way. And I mean, the Christian song is saying, open your dusty Bible and maybe you'll feel better. When you look at people that you come across, because you come across all walks of life, when you think about that metaphor, do you ever see it? Like, do you ever see somebody that has the brand new shiny car, but maybe deep down inside they wonder why they feel that way?
Or they have all of the different toys or all of the good stuff that's supposedly quote unquote happening in their world.
Right.
You know, and it's interesting because like oftentimes when you talk to that person, and I'm going to talk about it as an avatar of a person, not a specific person, but the takeaway from it is you go, man, something's missing. Right? They have every reason to be happy, right? And maybe it's not that they're not being happy. It's just that it feels empty, right? It's like they're really fun to talk to, but it's the difference between having a meal that's like, you know, a full plate of watermelon versus like sitting down and having steak and potatoes, right? Both of them can be a wonderful meal. And sometimes it's fun to hang out with the watermelon people. They're always the most fun. But it's kind of that takeaway to it where you're like hanging out with that particular person. That's a watermelon person in my world. Or that person is a steak and potatoes. And you don't always want steak and potatoes. Steak and potatoes for every meal, that gets to be really heavy, right? So it's fun to have, you know, that difference between them. But yet when it's just empty, the same way that if you're just eating watermelon all of the time, you're like, maybe that's not a good place for me to spend all of my time.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it's lunchtime because you're talking about food. I don't know.
Maybe it's lunchtime.
No, you know what's interesting though, Matt, is and I've seen this, like I've probably been guilty of it. Like we've all been around those people that want to just talk about their stuff too.
Yeah.
Right? They want to talk about that brand new car, or they show you the brand new iPhone or whatever it is. And they're really empty inside because it's to them, you and I've been having this conversation around money talk or money story. Like their money story might be about owning things and how important it is to have materialistic things, but deep down inside they're not happy. Have you ever known anybody that's got all kinds of money but they're miserable?
Man, it's a lot of people in my world.
I have too.
Like it's genuinely
Absolutely.
a lot of people in my world where it's like, why? You have this amount of resources? And my head goes always two places. One, go travel to a third world country. Been there, done that. That'll change it real quick. You come home with your very different outlook. Like if you want to change your outlook, that's a great way to do it. And then the second way to do it is the religion piece of it, right? Every great story steals from the Bible. And when your story only revolves around stuff, no wonder you feel empty. You know, that's what's so cool about the song is in just a couple, that's what music does so well. In a couple of lyrics, you can go from not knowing anything to dust on our Bibles, brand new iPhone, wonder why I feel this way.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how many lines of text? I mean, that is a great poet. Whoever is doing that, touche to you.
Yeah.
But that's part of the coolness of music is you go right there almost immediately with the person.
Yeah. And I don't think it necessarily even has to be stuff. Like I've seen people that pour everything into their work and their job all of a sudden is their stuff. It could be that their dusty Bible's there, but their brand new iPhone is their beautiful company they've built or the big company they built. But inside, they're just missing something. And I'm certainly not trying to I can look in the mirror on some of this myself. We all have a piece of that. But I think people need to understand their money story and what story they're trying to tell with their money. It's okay to go do nice things. It's okay to drive a new car, by the way. Totally fine. But when that becomes your why, people are a little bit empty inside.
And it's interesting too, this conversation that I just had with some people out on the coast, that we talk about armor, and a lot of times the stuff becomes armor, right? And so to see the person, you have to see through the armor of their stuff. And the more insecure they are, the more that they build that armor with stuff where they just keep adding more and more layers. And when you go, you're like, man, this guy, I mean, there was one entrepreneur not a long time ago that just like, hey, you want to come see, my soap factory? Boom, we're over there. You want to come see this? You want to come see this truck? It's like, holy cow. And then boom, boom, boom. And by the end of it, I was like, that is really amazing. And yet at the same time, had I sat down with him and a cup of coffee without that armor of all the stuff in front, I probably would have gotten to know him a lot better. And the stuff becomes an armor to who is this person. And then what is the light, right? Like, are they giving off light in that scenario, or is it just darkness around the stuff?
We were talking about this at lunch. What I'd like to know back to that person is what was their money story growing up? I mean, it could have been one of having nothing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you get some success in money, and now being able to buy stuff shows you're worthy.
Yeah.
Because you didn't grow up with stuff, or were they spoiled little
money
brat?
is equal to worthiness.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that is a whole different thing, especially if you have the haves and the have-nots all in the same family. Money can be directly linked to worthiness. Mm-hmm. And that is playing with fire.
Yeah.
Because it's just so far away from the reality of who we were made to be.
And it does, the whole thing, it doesn't buy happiness. Well, it can buy happiness for a short term.
Yes,
you got your new iPhone and you're happy for the day or two, but you still have to live with yourself and the decisions you made and all those type things. So we're getting pretty heavy here, but I think it's the core root of some people's issue with money is their relationship with money that they were either brought up with or somehow created this story around money for themselves. But it is sad. It's sad to see. You and I both know people and that have all kinds of money, but they would give it away for that pure joy. That pure joy, and they just can't find it. They're looking for it, but they don't seem to be able to find what that pure joy is. So it's just an interesting topic.
There you go.
And keep the dust off your Bible, Matt. That's the real reason.
That's what it boils down to. All right. Well, we will see you back here next time on the iWealth Podcast.
All right. Thanks, Matt.